Hey guys, welcome back. It's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So today's article comes out of End Times Headlines. Let's get into it. Okay, so if there's anything in here that I feel like I need to use code words for, I will, but I think I should be in the clear. So it says here, developing, Ukraine struck by cyber attack as Russia advances more troops. I saw this morning and I was super intrigued because I just watched a video the other day about somebody who was catching on to what I have caught on with the recent blank MX, right? I'm saying that multiple times. I know it sounds stupid, just to keep this video alive. Why? Because we had Event 201, and shortly after Event 201, something came out, something followed after that. We all know what that is. I'm not going to say it. But there is something here, and I've been talking about this, the future collapse of the dollar and the rise of digital currencies, right? And moving society into a digital currency where we have I remember I made a video about a digital shekel, digital dollars, things that have to be centralized though, not decentralized. You can't do decentralized because then it's gonna you can't have a power that's in play, right? That we already know who this power is. Starts with the G and ends with a T. One word. What is it? And they have to be able to hold it together, but also an antichrist system wants to be able to collect all that information, have that information, track you so you cannot buy or sell when the mark comes. So let's read. It says Ukraine was hit by a cyber attack, and this is important because we're talking about cyber attacks and just in general Bible prophecy with Ukraine, Russia, and a possibly WW3, whiskey 3. I don't know if that word would get flagged, so I'm not going to say it. Because I'm putting this both on YouTube and Rumble, so shout out to my Rumble family who understand what I'm talking about. Shout out to my YouTube family who understand that I apologize that I have to do this. I actually should be saying that other way. Anyways, it says here, Ukraine was hit by a cyber attack, splashing a warning across their gov sites to be afraid and expect the worst. That's a way to start your weekend. Or Friday at least. While Russia, which has amassed 100,000 troops on its neighbor's frontier, released pictures of more of its forces on the move. Reuters reported that the cyber attack unfolded hours after talks wrapped up with no breaking through between Russia and Western allies, which fear Moscow could launch a new military assault on the country, and it invaded in 2014. The drumbeat of war is sounding loud. Michael Carpenter, U.S. ambassador to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, said at the close of the talks on Thursday, Russia denies the plans to attack Ukraine, but says it could take unspecified military action unless its demands are met, including a promise by NATO alliance to never admit KYIV. I don't know who that is. A news stated, CBS stated, as a result of massive cyber attack, the website for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and a number of other government agencies is temporarily down. Earlier, the ministry website displayed a message in Ukrainian, Russian, and Polish saying, Ukrainians, all your personal data has been deleted and are impossible to restore. All information about you has become public. Be afraid and expect the worst. It only gets worse. And I've been saying this, that it's only going to get worse. If you just follow along all my videos and everything I've talked about with Bible prophecy, it's only going to get worse. And I'm praying that I'm just praying that it will get better. Honestly, I'm just praying for the rapture to happen, for us to go home. But until we're here, I'm praying that the Lord will strengthen us no matter what comes, no matter what, that we would just be faithful and strengthen others and look towards the Lord. So, Ukrainian and U.S. officials told CBS News on Thursday that a potential military assault against Ukraine would not necessarily begin with Russian tanks rolling across the frozen border in the coming weeks. Alternate methods of attack, including airstrikes as well as staged provocation. There's an article that I was just reviewing that was talking about false flag operations by the Russians that would give them an excuse to have fake like the Russian diplomats or whatnot in Ukraine or whatnot are being attacked, and if they are, then they would give an excuse to come in and take over, right? So a false flag, right? It's not true. It's meant to stage it that way. Social media, news, all that. This is what we saw, and this is why we took action. But it would all be done by Russia so they could come in and take Ukraine. So Alternate methods of attack, including airstrikes as well as staged provocation that could originate from neighboring Belarus and another Russian-friendly territory in the region, were among possibilities expected, along with a preceding cyber attack. Putin's preference for hybrid warfare is also particularly weighing on the minds of the Ukrainian officials. If Russia decides on a full-on invasion, then we know that we should expect increased cyber attacks before that. Ukrainian ambassador to U.S. Oksana Markova told CBS News on Thursday. So we talk about that, and I mentioned Event 201, right? Let's talk about CyberPolygon. So CyberPolygon I have here is, I'll put this PDF in the description box below. From by yours truly. There's these two guys here. One guy is Mikhail Mishustin, Prime Minister of Russian Federation, and we have the infamous Klaus Schwab. And he says here, let's read what they both have to say real quick. Addressing cyber threats and securing our common digital future are among the priorities of every gov and company. In the age of digital transformation, right, for the Great Reset, a Great Reset, a Fourth Industrial Revolution, kind of stuff like that, what we would call a new world order. This requires developing a constructive dialogue as well as sharing the knowledge of experience, thus jointly creating conditions for the sustainable development of countries and businesses. I would like to state again how essential, this is Klaus Schwab, right? I would like to state again how essential it is to see the high number of leaders that join CyberPolygon this year. Today, we'll test how to work together across organizations, across borders, across public and private sectors. This is significant in that preparing for even more highly connected, and I hope, a highly secure and trusted future. So, what is it? We're going to keep moving here. Gets to an executive summary. What is CyberPolygon? Its independent partners participating include global corporations, international organizations, and gov agencies around the world in the course of training teams to get test their cyber resilience and share best practices, right? All of this is being met and done for a cyber attack that would take down ecosystems of services that would use online banking, online buying groceries. I mean, pretty much your bank account is gone. Anything like that, like it's almost too much to even discuss. Things that would happen in hospitals, right? Power grids. I mean, we rely so heavily on electricity and things that we do for this that it's unfathomable to think about. So, the reason why I say that is because like supply chain networks, things that would happen worldwide, the temperatures for gas, temperatures for like nuclear facilities, stuff like everything. Just think about that. Stuff is all regulated by electricity, in some form of a cyber attack. So watch. Let me get down here. I want to go here. Not the technical training. Sorry. I just want to get to the defense. So right here it says the defense. This is page 14. It says the participants exercise their skills in repelling a large-scale attack on business critical systems in real time. They had to deal with the situation as quickly as possible and minimize the amount of stolen information while keeping the system operational. Response teams conducted a full-scale investigation of incidents using both traditional digital forensic techniques and threat hunting approaches, right? All this good stuff to find out what happened. Page 22, it says the digital reality of today and tomorrow. More and more services in the modern life are going digital, from shopping and banking to education and public services. In this environment, the prosperity of tomorrow depends on the secure development of corporate ecosystems, the resilience of a financial industry in an era of e-money, and the protection of states against cyber threats. So, the security of digital ecosystems defines sustainable growth. Governments and businesses are increasingly creating ecosystems and large networks of services that spread far beyond national borders and even continents. Hence, companies evolve into tech giants. And with millions of users, for example, at the beginning of 2021, there were more than 1 billion active iPhones across the globe. And ecosystem components are highly interdependent, and a secure development is essential for the well-being of a digital community. Here's a couple of quotes, and then I'll stop here. You can read the rest, but I'm going to give my 2 cents. Our daily lives are built around services provided by dominant digital companies which promote economic development in their resident countries. The resilience will define the safety of our future for years to come. Large ecosystems like Apple and other tech companies need to study and enhance their user experience because everything works together. Gadgets, software, application, technologies make us more capable than we are, and we change with our lives, right? And lastly, it says digital currencies promote the development of financial industry, but need regulation to ensure its stability. And this is, it really falls into digital currencies, right? And how we talk about a mark of the beast kind of situation where, where you cannot buy and you cannot sell. And this happened 2021. I think it was December, if I'm mistaken. Where is it at? Yeah, December. It was in December. Goodness gracious, yeah. Let me go back up here. Yeah, 2021. I think it was in December. You don't have to quote me on that. It's just whatever. Anyways, we've seen something like this happen, right? We're coming out of something that I believe we've been coming out of, right? And we saw a very big Sierra basketball court make a decision the other day, a split decision about something that about this thing, right? Well, starts to fall through. The narrative and all these things start to fall through. Well, what's next? Well, the foundation has been laid and open for all these places for the next phase to happen, right? You have to get to digital currencies. You cannot buy or sell without the mark of the beast, the number of his name, and is the number of a man. His number is 666, right? So saying that, how do we get there? I don't know. I thought that maybe, and I told you before that that the C word, Charlie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, would exist on dollar bills, and then you would have this thing that would happen at banks, and so they would get rid of dollar bills because everybody would have to take the day off, right? Because they didn't feel well, or a little while because they didn't feel well. Then it would happen on debit cards, right? And then something would happen because as we pass, right? We pass them, oh, here's my card, right? Then they would have to get rid of that because then there would be people who would not feel well for a while, right? And then you move to a digital currency. And then as we see this, we've seen plenty of cryptos popped up, but I've made video after video after video about this, about moving that to Israel, everybody's making a digital something, right? NFTs, metaverse, digital currencies. This is that fourth industrial revolution, or that great Romeo reset the game, right? What is it? I'm only saying it like that so you can kind of catch the words that I want to say. Anyways, those are my thoughts on it, because when I hear that, I think about Revelation 13 in a way to track people, but you have to have digital currencies that are able to track, that are not decentralized. They have to be centralized. So banks can monitor, right? Wasn't there a thing this past year that our current admin wanted to do with the 3-letter acronym India, Romeo, Sierra, and any purchases above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that they would track them and report them? Isn't that kind of weird? That's kind of suspicious, right? So the reason I say that is because event 201 happened, and then something happened. Well, this happened in 2021. What do you think is going to happen? I just have a feeling. And could be completely wrong. So but I'm totally fine with that. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for sticking around with me. Thanks for hanging out with me on this video and allowing me to use all my fun code words and new ways and stuff like that to ninja and be a ninja, to just like, hiya, 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 so I can get through all this and not use the words I want to use, but kind of just, be as peaceful as doves and as wise as serpents in this conversation. So pray over this video. I'm praying over this video that it would stand and everything that I said is good to go. And I'm going to post it. So anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what y'all think. I'll see you in the next one.